Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. I'm just going to dive into Cardano once again. Thank you for support. Big up the CoinsKid crew. So you can see yesterday that Cardano, it is kind of putting in this right shoulder that I said to you yesterday, potentially come back up to this trend line, run into resistance, break it, fantastic. You'll be looking at that. If you start to coil up like this, you're doing something like this, creating an ascending triangle, where eventually you're going to come in towards some kind of apex right here, and you'll get the break, whether it's to the downside or break to the upside. Who knows? No one's got a crystal ball, but as long as you conform to this level of support just there, which you are, look, you're making these high lows like that, like you did here. You got a low and a higher low, and eventually you broke out and put in that massive inverse head and shoulders pattern here, which I've shown you as well, from there to there. Once you break that level of resistance just there, you've got your left shoulder, your head, and your right shoulder reversal pattern. Boom, you came up and met the target, didn't you? And that's pretty much like what you're doing here. Okay, you've got this level of resistance look that you're conforming to, just like you did here. You put your low in just there, your lower low, and right now at the minute you're putting in higher lows. So essentially, you've got another level of resistance just there as well that you've got on the cards right now for Cardano. So again, it's all patterns within patterns, and you're sort of staggering down. So if you start to do something like this, come up and break this level of resistance, you'll have a technical breakout target from there to there, and you can see that if you do start to come up and break that level of resistance right there for Cardano, you will actually be in a technical target which breaks this level of resistance, which then puts you in a technical target to this. Okay, so it's all kind of confluence, providing you can sort of keep doing what you're doing here, making these high lows basically and creeping up the stairs, then you're going to get the break eventually and come up to this level of previous resistance right here, and you're starting to break out and move up the stairs. And like I said to you, with Cardano, it's a little bit lackluster, it's a little bit choppy, a little bit sideways. You're caught between a range because of Bitcoin. It's sort of slowed down in its journey to where it's going to. Okay, so all eyes on Bitcoin basically. So that's basically Cardano. You've got this kilo resistance right now that you've run into around about 227. Sorry, if you do start to see it bounce off this low resistance support, high low, come back up, get back up with DMAs. When you start to break $2.27, I do think you will be in a bit of a technical target at this W bottom that you're starting to form just here, and potentially a little pump up there to around about $2.32, and at that point I do think you'll get a bit continuation. So that's a 2.06% long, and right there if you get a continuation, which will be the technical target of this larger W bottom pattern and an inverse head and shoulders pattern which is starting to form, you could be looking at 3.8% long up right there, and you're really breaking out this high, and potentially you look at that as one big cup and handle pattern. Down the line it does something like this, it's come down like that, and you come back up, you run into that, you come back like that, you coil back, oh no, it's going to zero, you're creating a big bull flag basically, level resistance just there, and you start to break out and you'll have a new impulsive target up to these levels of resistance up there. So at the minute it's looking good because you've got your low, your lower low, and then your higher low. So right here you're forming another ascending triangle. It's all patterns within patterns basically. So it's a bit choppy, it's a bit sideways, it's not breaking out like it used to, is it? But it's just sitting on the wings waiting for Bitcoin, and this is exactly what it did last year when Bitcoin was breaking out. It was sort of went sideways, bit boring, bit flat, but then it's sort of when Bitcoin cools off, when it gets to where it needs to get to, this is where Cardano takes over and starts to march on. And I do think that them days are coming again for Cardano, but in the meantime you're still conforming, you're still making higher lows, you've got good market structure here for continuation, providing you can continue to keep holding this structure. I am looking at continuation for Cardano, across the board. So yeah, it's basically a quick little update for you today on Cardano. If all this plays out, beautiful continuation, but a little bit slow, a little bit lackluster, and a little bit boring, isn't it? I do apologise. Take care everyone, back to another update on Cardano. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye.